Okay, hello, good day everyone. So this is our what we call this a review on how to clean the data, and then we're going to answer some of the questions here. So there are 40 questions here. How are we going to answer this one? So of course, here are the instructions. So let's start with the first one. So we are asked to create a new sheet using the raw data. Let's create the clean data sheet. So just select create a copy here. Okay, and then of course you will have a new sheet here. So let's rename this one as clean data. Okay, then next instructions, we're going to standardize the student ID. We will remove the extra spaces using the trim function, and then we're going to make use of the uppercase. So basically everything will be capitalized, and then we're going to convert SID-001 to S001. So initially here, if you try to look at the data, I'll zoom in so that you will be able to see. So you will see this is SID, but the goal is to make it S001, so without dash. Okay, so let's try. So we create an auxiliary column. Let's insert. No, sorry, not here. Clean data. Okay, so clean data. Okay, insert here. So let's just type equals stream, and then we're going to have it as upper. Sorry, upper. This one. uh, trim upper. Okay, so before we do the upper, let's try to concat. So let's use concat. Concat function. So basically, I will concatenate. I'll have the S, or yeah, we can also use, instead of concat, we can also use substitute. Let's just remove the ID. Instead concat, I can use substitute na lang para mas dali. Substitute, it's much more easier than this one. Then the old text would be ID dash, and I'll replace it with uh, just blank. So double quotation blank, and then that's it. Wait. Yeah, I forgot the parentheses. So we have now S011. So basically we change everything with S0. Okay. So then let's copy and paste the student ID column name. Sorry. And then let's copy this one back to the original, and then we use control paste function. Okay, and then let's delete this one, the auxiliary. So we're done with this one. I'll just highlight this one with green. Okay, so next let's have the next one. Okay, so combine degree and program into program only. So BS computer science example. So basically we're going to combine this one, so it becomes BS data analytics. So let's try to clean first the degree and the program one by one. So I have three proper. Not proper. This is upper because it's BS. Okay, and then double click this one. Okay, and then let's copy the degree title. Just copy and paste. So this is the first part. We make sure that everything is capitalized. So CTRL or control then paste values. Okay, so this is not yet done because we're going to combine it into one column, diba? So it was stated to combine it, so degree plus program. So let's make this one proper. The under the program, we'll make it proper. So let's have cream proper. Select this one. Okay, and then click this para automatic. Okay, and then we copy the program column. Okay, and paste. Okay, so let's delete this one. Okay, now so we have degree and program, but again, this is not the goal. So the goal is to combine them, so it becomes BS Data Analytics, BS Information Systems, so on and so forth. So in this case, we will make use of the function concat. So equals concat. Let's have BS or B2 in this case. Then let's have a space, and then let's have this one, and then close. Okay, so we don't need to trim or make it proper anymore because we have done the previous steps. Okay, so these are all the program. Okay, so I'll just copy this one, so similar to the previous column. Okay, and then delete the auxiliary column. So of course we also delete degree. We don't need anymore this one. So we only have program and a program column with the BS header. Okay, so this is done. I'll just highlight this one para ma-place. Okay, next, gender. So for gender, according sa instructions, so convert all male to M, proper na male, and then female for proper female. So how do we do this one? Okay, so let's try. I think we can use search and replace instead of making it one by one. So in your keyboard, so press Control H. Okay, so Control H. So you will see. I think you cannot see it. So I have the window first. Okay, so sorry for a while. So I think you are not able to see this one. So again, Control H. Okay then. Okay, so if you use Control H, you'll be able to see this one, a prompt. So find and replace. So we basically find, for example, let's start with the main. So M, if there is M, so let's make it main. Okay, so just within the sheet, never mind the so sheet. Then let's try to search first. Find next, find next. So as you observe, it includes the female also, because some of the female has capital letter M. So meaning I need to set a format siguro. I don't know. Match case. There. So we set the match case. So basically all of the capitalized male or M is highlighted or selected. So let's just replace all. Click replace all. Okay, now. So you will see that some of the female here has female ale. So later on we will change that one. So let's start with female first. So F. So female. Okay, so replace all. And then what else? So you need to change this kanina ay female or male or something. Okay, so we can copy this one. And then let's change this one to female. Okay, and then what else? Yeah, this one also. So, ang wala na lang na change or not change is ang kaning mail with Ali. So, let's change it one to mail. So, replace all. And then also, what else? This one, the capitalized version. And then replace all. Okay, so we have already changed the gender. Okay, so close. So there is a blank gender here, so there is no rule pa. So yeah. So before we we continue, I forgot. So every start of the session, we need to delete the duplicates and blanks. So let's select student ID, Control A. Let's go to data and then remove duplicates. And of course, we make use of the student ID. So I'll select all student ID and then okay. So 2 duplicates found, then remove 42 units value remain. Calculated empty set. Okay. So we have deleted the duplicate, and then of course we need to delete the blank. So let's go to home, sort and filter. So filter. Let's check for the student ID lang. Student ID first. So student ID, let's check if nai blank. So nai blank. So basically we need to unselect the select all first, and then select the blanks. And then if you found the blank, you delete this one because this entails that it's not part of the record anymore. And then clear filter. Okay, so as you can see, the gender also does not contain anymore the blank value. Okay, let me check. Okay, it's still recording. Okay, so let's proceed to course. Okay, so course. Before I proceed, I'll unselect the filter first. The filter might be distracting. Filter on. Okay, so let's go to course. For the course, remove extra spaces, convert to proper case. Okay, so let's just select this one. So I'll have 3 proper. So just like the other columns, basically we do the pinning and then just copy. Okay, so copy this one, paste, then CTRL values. Okay, then delete. So this is okay already. Credits. So for credits, we convert to numerical text, then replace errors, blank, 0, or NA with 3 or 3.0. Oh, sorry. So 3.0. So for credits, insert. So let's make this one as value equals value. Okay, and then let's double click. Then let's make this one into 2 decimal places. So we can increase or decrease here. So 2 decimal places. Then if there's blank or 0, let's check. 90. So far I think wala mang 0. So let's copy this one, then paste. So again, if nawala ang decimal, we can select again the data and increase. So let's check now if I don't have a filter. Okay, so there are no zeros here. So let's unselect again the filter. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so I'll just color this one with green. Okay, for score. Okay, so for score, the instruction is convert to real numbers, then replace it with average score. So we need to get the average score. Okay, so let's just put the average number here. Or we can actually put, clear lang sa. It might cause error, my god. Sorry, this is raw data. There's a clean data there. Okay, so let's have the, let's arrange first the score. So again, go to filter, and then let's arrange this one, smallest to largest. Okay, so in this case, 90, so just, it means maybe it's he's absent or absent ang student. So our concern is this one. So how to get that one? So we need the average. So equals average. So then we select from 0 up to the last 100. Close parenthesis, enter. So our value is 78.40541. Okay, so let's decrease the decimal. Okay, now, be very careful ha, kay once you copy this one and you forgot to to adjust. Okay, so I copy the I copy the average, and then I will paste it here, paste values. Okay, and then I'll do this one. Be very careful because once you rearrange, so for example, I rearrange it to smallest to largest, or yeah, smallest to largest. So of course, what happens is that your average will also change, which is the cause of mistakes. Some of you, cause the mistake was from this one. So the average changes. So for that not to happen, we need to go back to the average, and we reselect again the data. So as you can see, there is a highlighted blue. We move this one until the, oh sorry, until the last set of data, which is 100, and then enter. So it should give you the same average, 78.421, which is this one. Okay, and then we rearrange again based on the student ID number. So let's check if it changed, but wala man. So 78.421. So that's the correct average. So this is done. Okay, I'll just remove the filter again. So select here, remove the filter. Okay, so never mind the z-score and the z-score. First, let's do the attendance first. So because based from here, 8 is attendance man. So we will replace uh yeah, 0 is also ano the I know. 0 is considered as average based on the instruction. I'll search for the 0. So this one is 78.41 based on the instructions. So replace blank zeros or an average score. So in this scenario, ha, but if 0 is not mentioned, so do not change. But in this case, we change man to average. Okay, so let's have the z-score. So if appeal to 0, so never mind na, never mind. I'll change na lang the instruction because if appeal on magod on 0, the the process will be changed again. So let's say nawala lang si 0, like 0 is really 0. So as is lang na si 0 ha, in this scenario. Okay, so let's have the attendance. So for attendance, we need to change NA with 0. So it means na likely it's na withdraw na siya or absent. So wala dyan siya nasunod. Okay, so based sa instructions, convert numeric to real number. Okay, so as is lang na siya. So let's have value. Okay, and then let's copy the attendance, copy control, oh sorry, so copy CTRL, okay, and then delete the attendance. So this is now okay. Okay, so that's for attendance. Okay, now let's move to, so let's just delete this one. Let's now move to z-score and absolute value of z-score. But before that, we need to insert the table. Okay, so according to instruction 10, we do the table first. So let's go to student ID, Control A. So dapat here, sa 42 ang last row, I ang last column. Insert table. So let's just click OK. And then let's name this one as student table. Okay. Okay, and then let's remove the formatting. This one, the color green. So, para ma-blue, mabalik siya sa pagka-blue. Okay, now, for z-score, how do we solve for the z-score? So, for the z-score, we need the average and the standard deviation. So, we go to the summary first and solve for the mean and the standard deviation of our z-score. So, let's have equals average. Go to clean data. Sorry. So, it's already average man. So, let's call the table name, which is student table. Student table. And then let's call score. Columns score. So, we have 78.41, which is correct. And then for the standard deviation, we make use of the sample, sample. stdev.s. Ito 17.21. So 28.41 at saka 17.21. So let's go back to the clean table. So let's have equal standardize. So our x would be the score. So just select it. So usually na say at. So it's inside the table. Comma. Then let's go to mean. Go to the summary. Click the mean. Okay, and then comma. Click the standard deviation. Okay, now, for C14, you select the formula bar here. Okay, so, using your keyboard, select Control F4. Okay, so, why is it not working? Okay, F4. And then sa C22, so, select Control F4 again. Oh, sorry. Or basically, just put $sign na lang. $sign before the letter and the $sign before the number. Para absolute reference, it will not change the location. So automatically, it will give you the z-score here. Okay, then let's just decrease the decimal to decimal point. Okay, and then we get the absolute value of this. So we have equals ADS for absolute value. Select the z-score value. Close parenthesis. So you have now here the absolute value. So this will be used to determine if there are outliers later on. Okay, so that's for the clean table. So don't forget to sort by ID number. So go back to clean data, sort by ID number. So we have this table here. Okay, so let's now go back to but let's proceed to summary. So for summary, there are 40 questions here that we need to answer. So let's try to answer. So count of students belonging to computer science. So these are computer science. So these are programs. But take note na there is BSN here. So we will make use of the condition na IDS. Okay, so let's have equals. Let's have count if. Count if. So range would be student table. Student table. Column would be program. Okay, so criteria. So for our criteria, we're going to make use of concat. Okay, so why? Because there is BS. Okay, so BS. So we concat BS. Zoom. I'll zoom first para lang makita ng progress. So here, you have BS first. And then let's have BS space. Then let's have the department itself. So let's have this. Let's computer science. And then let's enter. So there are 12. So we can drag this one. So it will automatically give us the values. And then let's sum. Get the sum of this one. So there are 41 students. Let's check the clean data. So SO41. That's correct. The next, count of student with score greater than 80. So again, let's have count if there is its score. So student table, let's call the score column. So the condition is greater than 80. So greater than 8. Okay. Then let's have this one less than or equal because it's less than or equal to 80. Less than or equal. So take note, the equal sign is always at the last part, not the first part. Okay, so then next, let's have the student count of students that are male and has greater than 70 attendance. Okay, so let's have count ifs if there are two conditions na. So criteria is gender. So let's have student table. Let's call the gender column. So we have male. And then for criteria 2, attendance. So student table, attendance. And then the greater than 70, so the condition is, so double quotation, greater than 70. Sorry. Okay, so 24. Okay, next, let's have this one, female. So to the gender is female. Okay, just to make it to female. Then ang course, so instead of attendance, let's change this one to course. And then let's have statistics for the course. Statistics. So there are only 3. Okay, so of course we have answered the mean a while ago. Let's go to the median. So very simple ang median. Let's just change this one to median. Okay, so expected it's the same. Then for the last one we have the mode, but in this case it's mode single. We're asked to have mode single. So expected na almost the same din na siya. So meaning our data is normal if they are all equal, normal. Okay, now next let's have the maximum score. So I'll just copy this one, I'll change it to max. So 100 ang max, and then mean is 0. So by the way, if it's blank, it means 0 ang mean. Range would be equals this one minus the minimum. So expected answer is 0 in this scenario. 100. So variance, so I'll just copy the standard deviation, but instead of ST I'll have var.s. Okay, and then coefficient of variation. So if you can remember, coefficient of variation is equals the standard deviation divided by the mean. So mean times 100. So we have 21.95% in terms of percentage naman. And then next, let's have the average scores of students belonging to this. So let's have average. So average if. We make use of average if. So instead of sum if, average if. So ang range, we will make use of the program again. So ang program, so let's have student table, program. So for the criteria, we will make use of concat. Let's have BS space. Okay, and then let's just select this one, computer science, for the criteria. And then close concat. Okay, next, average range. So we get the average of the score. So let's have student table, then score. Close. So the average score of those who belong to computer science is 77.03. So I can simply drag because it will automatically detect the program here. So we have all of these answers. Okay, now let's have the average of attendance. So similar similar uh code, but instead of score, let's change this one to average. Average attendance. So then we drag. Okay. So next, let's have quartiles. So for quartiles, we use quartile, INC or int. So our array would be scores. So table na to would be student table. So student table score. And then let's have Q1. Okay, so means 0 ang lowest, which is true because the minimum Q1 and minimum is the same. Okay, so let's have Q2. Sorry, 2. So it should be 1. Q1 but 1. Okay, sorry. Q1 is 25%, guys. So Q1 is 70 or 25%. Q2 50%, 78.41. This should be equal to our median, di ba? So equal ang median naman. Next, let's have Q3. So let's just change 1 to 3. And then let's have Q4. Let's change this 1 to 4. Okay, so Q4 and maximum is the same. Okay, now for the interquartile range, so Q3 minus Q1, so we have 829 minus this 7. So our IQR is 19. So there is a distance of 19 between the 25th percentile data and the 75th percentile data, or the first quartile and the third quartile. Okay, now regarding the outlier boundary, so let's have the lower and the upper. So this is the formula, Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR. So let's just use that one. So equals, our Q1 is 70 minus 1.5 and asterisk 5 times our RQR is 19. So this is the boundary before we get the outlier below outlier. Then for the upper boundary, so let's have Q3 89 plus 1.5 times the IQR. Okay, so this is the upper. Correct. I'll write again. Equals Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR. Okay, it's 117.50. So, scores beyond under 17.50 is considered outlier. Scores below 41.50 is considered an outlier. So, number of outliers based on Z scores of score. So, here we just need to count. Okay, count. So, let's have count if. So, our range would be student table. Then we will make use of the absolute value of Z score, this one. And then, what's the condition? So, the condition is, if it's greater than or equal to 3, that's an outlier. So, we only have 1. Okay, so, what number is that? If we go back to clean data, and go look at the Z absolute value of Z scores, we can rearrange. So, largest to smallest. And you will see that there is 4.56, which is student number 36. That is the outlier. Okay, so let's just clean this one again. Let's arrange it by student ID. Okay, so now let's answer the questions here. So which department has the highest number of students? So let's go back here, or the department or program. So in this case, we have data analytics. Data analytics. Okay, next, which has the lowest? So lowest is Kaning 5, IT, Information Technology. Which has the highest average score? So let's go to the average score, this part here, 25 to 28, row 25 to 28. So, highest average is kanina ay 85.6 ang IT. So, I'll just copy this one. Lowest average, average score lowest is 74.94 ay information systems. Which department has the highest average attendance? So let's go to the average for attendance. This one. Highest average attendance is data analytics. And then lowest average attendance. Lowest average is 73.08, so computer science. Okay. So actually that's all. We have answered everything. So this is worth 40 points for the summary. And this table is worth 20 points. So over 60 ang total score for this one. Okay. So if there are no more questions, I'll end this video. Bye-bye.